So what does AutoCAD Mechanical 2010 have to offer the CAD Manager? Well, in this drawing, which is a blank metric ISO drawing, we're going to look at standards-based design. Now to do that, I right-click and I go to the Options dialog box by selecting Options at the bottom of the shortcut menu. Using the arrows at the top of the Options dialog box, I click across and find the tab AM Standards. Now at the moment, because I've selected an ISO metric standard template, I'm using the ISO standard here. Now I still want metric, but I'm going to change the model scale to 1 to 10, like so. And what I'm also going to do is go up here and call it company, and make sure you spell it right. Nothing worse than having a CAD standard spelled incorrectly. Dyslexic fingers and all that. So company XYZ, like so. Now, when I press enter, it asks me to select a base standard. Now, I'm going to go with ISO there, just for default's sake, and click on OK. So now I have a company XYZ standard available to me. I'm going to make some changes here. So I'm going to go to Dimension and double click. Now this is where I can start looking at dimension settings, dimension styles, changing things like the default representations for chamfers, for example. So there's the default representation there, or I can have one of these, or one of these, or one of these. I'm going to go for that one there, and I'm going to OK it like that. I'm also going to check for radius, like so. So I'll click on radius there and change that. And what I'll do is when the dimension text is inside, I'm going to hide the dimension line like that, and OK that as well. So I've made some changes. I'll apply those, I'll OK those. Now, I'll apply that, and I'll OK it. Now, do you want to start the AM rescale command to adjust symbol sizes according to the new overall scale? Now, I'm going to say no to that in this particular case. Normally I would say yes, but I don't want to affect any default settings purely just when I'm setting up this example. So I'll OK that now. Now I go File, Save As, and I need to save it as a template. So I go here and change it to a DWT, like so. I'm going to save it in my Custom Templates folder there, and I'm going to call it Company XYZ ISO. Now there's already one there, so I'll just overwrite that one. I'll save, and I'll say yes to replacing that. I'm going to make sure the measurement is metric there. I'm not going to worry about a description, and I'm going to click on OK. So that is now my Company XYZ ISO DWT file. I'll close that now, and then when I go to New here and select a template and click on Browse, I should be able to go to my custom templates here. So I'll go to Company XYZ ISO.DWT, and there is my new drawing using my Company XYZ standard. So if I right click now and go to Options, and what I'll do now, I'll go to AM Standards again here, and you'll see, look, when I click on the tab, we're still using the Company XYZ standard. Now, I'll just cancel that for the moment. I'll close this drawing I've just opened. If I went, I'll just say no to saving changes there. If I went to New again and just went for a default template, let's say something like AM ISO.DWT, what'll happen there is the default drafting standard will kick in. So if I right click and go to Options there, you'll see that with this particular drawing, the standard will be different. We're back to ISO again, as you can see there. So you can create your own standards as a CAD manager within AutoCAD Mechanical 2010 that will have your settings in them that are specific to your projects, your company workflows, your organizational workflows. It's very, very easy to do, as I've just demonstrated. So as a CAD manager, you can be very effective making sure that you implement your own standards within your own organization.